benytter mig lige af breakdownet her i disco-klassikeren He's the Greatest Dancer med orkestret Sister Sledge tilbage fra 1979 til at byde velkommen her til dagens udgave af Jazzzoom, som jo nok startede en lille smule utraditionelt i forhold til den musik, vi normalt spiller her på kanalen, men det har sin helt naturlige årsag, fordi Debbie Sledge, som er bare en lille del af Sister Sledge her, hun er i København i disse dage, hvor hun spiller med Niels Lan Doky Trio. De er aktuelle med en helt ny plade, en vinyludgivelse, som ligesom sætter spillestedet The Standard på landkortet som et optag-spillested også, og ikke mindst en slags pladeselskab. Det skal vi tale om i denne time af Jazzzoom, men jeg har altså besøg her i studiet af Debbie Sledge. Debbie, welcome to the studio. Welcome to PA Jazz.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Happy to be here.
How's it like for you to listen to this music you made a ton of years ago?
I love this music. I don't get tired of it.
No.
I'm just a music lover. And I'm having a great time here in Copenhagen.
And that we are very glad to hear. I've invited you to talk about obviously the place where you come from musically, but also a new recording you did with Niels Lan Doky Trio.
Yes.
It's really mind-boggling for me to have you here in the studio. Debbie Sledge in Denmark playing jazz at the Danish Jazz Club. You've been around in London, Paris to promote this album.
Yes.
Why are you here in Denmark, Debbie?
You are asking a great question. I'm in a dream right now. This is a beautiful dream. I happened to come to Denmark for a disco concert with my sisters, and we had a great time here in Denmark. And I stayed a little longer, and my friend introduced me to Niels. She brought me to a concert at the Standard, and I loved it. I was the only disco person in there standing up yelling and screaming. I enjoyed the concert so much. And afterwards I was introduced to Niels, and he invited me to sing, and that's what started all of this. And it's I'm just on a great trip. I'm on a journey here. It's wonderful.
So is jazz a big part of your life?
Jazz has always been a big part of my life, and I've always dreamed of actually singing jazz. But of course, I've had a very busy career, a very strong career in dance music, and which I love also.
And still going strong, I must
add. Yes, still going strong. So I'm actually doing this in addition to that, and hey, I'm finding out everything's possible. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, I'm with you. Let's go and listen to the first track on side A of this new vinyl release from the Standard Recordings. It's a track called Compared to What?
Yes.
Such a great track, this one, Debbie, don't you agree?
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah. The track is called Compared to What? And this reminded me, of course, of the Les McCann, Eddie Harris version from the Montreux Jazz Festival in '69.
Yes.
One thing comes to mind when I listen to or look at the album here, because it's actually the first time I'm holding this album, because we haven't got it here before now on this channel. There's kind of like a soul vibe going through a lot of the tracks. Soul,
yes.
jazz vibe.
Yes. Niels made a very interesting comment. He said, if you look at the classic jazz tunes, they were actually they were playing jazz music, and they were creating jazz tunes from the popular music of the day. So we're just doing the same thing. We're taking popular music of the day, and we're turning it into our jazz renditions. I think that was a nice observation.
Debbie, how did you get into music, the music business?
I think I was born into it. No, I'm
Okay.
only kidding. I grew up in a very musical family, but I can say that in the music business, we actually, the first time we actually got paid to sing is when we said, hey, we can actually get paid to do this. We can call ourselves professionals. And so we started very early, very young, and we've been
Where did you
having fun.
grow up?
We grew up in Philadelphia.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Four sisters. Actually, there are 5 sisters.
So big family.
Yes. Big family. Very chaotic.
Okay.
In a good way.
Yeah. So you started early playing with each other,
Yes.
music and
Singing.
singing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Singing songs we learned in school, songs we learned in church, songs that our grandmother, who was a lyric opera singer, would teach us. She also gave us vocal lessons. We also had uncles and aunts who sang, and they sang in harmony. And so it was something natural to come to us, that we would sing in harmony. We sang, we began to sing locally, and were asked to sing more and more, and we said, well, we better put together a band, because we're being asked to do bigger and bigger events. And finally we were introduced to a recording company, and that is how we got started.
It seems to me when I read about it, because I'm too young to have lived through it, that Philadelphia was a thriving place for music, and maybe
Yes.
especially soul music in the 60s and 70s.
Yes, and there's so much musical talent, and also natural, I'll say, theater talent coming out of Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Sound was going on at that time. Gamble and Huff. And so we grew up with a lot of music, and I guess we can say we were in such a rich environment to be creative and to learn our craft.
When did you release your first album? That was in 1973, 5, somewhere around that.
Yes, in 74.
Yeah.
We released our first album called Circle of Love. That was a big thing for us. We were so excited to see our faces on the cover, and I'm excited now because I now see my face on the cover of the new CD that the new LP that just came out. It's so exciting.
Yeah, but 74, that wasn't really the disco era.
No.
At that point, that was more the soul and the funk, maybe.
We signed with the record company, Atlantic Records at the time, Warner Music now, and they put us with producers, very talented producers, Tony Bell and Bert DeCouteau, and they put out, and they also lots of beautiful songs, and they put out that album called Circle of Love, and so that was before the disco era really took off.
Yeah.
That was more R&B, and then later in our careers we hooked up with Niels Lan Bernard of Chic.
I want to play a track from the days before We Are Family, your big hit album from 1979. I found it a funny track, in my opinion anyway, from the album called Together from 1977. It's called Sneaking Sally Through the
Oh
Alley.
yeah.